Rumpel's persistence stokes my curiosity, and soon I find myself flipping through the pages of the book. This was the journey you had when the merchant found you on the streets. You said it was empty then. It was. I have been filling things in from memory ever since I remembered my job. The book is filled with the diagrams of the body, both inside and out. I have no idea what most of the words mean. What are all of the smaller words here? Oh, parts of the pancreas. Not very fun to talk about. There's the papilla, the pancreatic duct. Why is it necessary to use such big words for such simple things? For clarification, sometimes when you diagnose a problem, it isn't as simple as telling a person that their heart is weak. I continue flipping through it, with Rumpel sometimes explaining things that are on the pages, though I do not ask for the descriptions. Scattered throughout the journal are journal entries about his life. When I get to the last entry, I spot my name and begin to read. But before I can even get to the next word after my name, Rumpel has taken the journal from my hands. Ah, sorry, my sweet, but a man's words are sometimes all he has. Insult them, and you break him from the inside out. He thinks I am going to insult his writing. But what did you think? Aren't you impressed with my sophistication? My breadth of knowledge, my intricacy? You drew some pictures and wrote fancy words by them. Princess, I cannot help the little laugh that escapes my lips. Immediately after I hear it, I feel myself flushing as Rumpel grins at me triumphantly. Your laughs are sweeter than honey, princess. And because your voice is back and you're no longer sick, I can hear it in all of its full length. I can hear it in all of its fullness. He takes a step closer to me and reaches out to touch my cheek. I flinch in surprise but do not draw away. The rapid beating of my heart is not altogether comfortable, even if it does confuses me. He pulls his hand away from my cheek, then flicks my forehead. What was that for? I wanted to see the way your eyes glimmered. You looked oddly vacant there for a few moments. I open my mouth to speak again, but Rumpel surprises me by setting his fingers on my lips. He inches closer to me, so close that I can feel his breath on my cheeks. But even when you don't speak, your eyes speak for you. You have beautiful eyes, you know. There he goes again with his compliments. I should be used to them by now, but lately whenever he compliments me, I cannot stop myself from feeling flattered. When I look into his eyes, I can almost see my reflection in them. Without realizing, I look away from him, feeling my breath stop short before I can breathe out. Are you sick, princess? You look a little flushed. Princess? He removes his finger. He does not, however, step back. I am still aware of his lips so close to mine, and his eyes, which are still looking right at me. This feels different than your usual resistance. Could it be that you're embarrassed? He clears his throat, then starts speaking again. In any case, it's so nice to have you back, Princess. I missed you while you were sleeping day in and out. He missed me? But you have friends all over the margin. Yes, but none of them are you. You're special. My heart plunges like a rock. I can feel it everywhere in my body. Reverberating from a place that doesn't feel like my chest. He lowers his face so that the two of us are seeing eye to eye. I forget to breathe as his hands go to my shoulders. Princess? Yes? I inhale sharply as I get a better look at Rumpel's face. Up until now, I have not stopped to look too closely at his features, but now I cannot stop my eyes from taking them in. Whenever you're sick again, I'll be there to help you, because I am a doctor, even if you might not believe it. All you'll ever really need is a little vitamin me. In one precise moment, every single bit of energy that had been between us vanishes. I stare blankly at Rumpel as he smiles at me. No? I thought that one was actually good too. Rumpel pulls his hands away, defeated. I suddenly feel strangely upset. What was I expecting from him? What else could he have said? Suddenly, I am eager to look away from him. I look anywhere but at him, and eventually my eyes fall on a piece of paper. I recognize the name printed on the top, along with Rumpel's signature in the response lying next to it. Rumpel moves to stand in front of the desk once more. Ah, that's... You are still writing to Bria? I sent her a letter asking for my old journals. I'm convinced that's where the last of my memories are, but she refuses to give them to me. I glance at Bria's letter, my eyes scouring at the words. I make a mental note of the address on the envelope. But don't worry, Princess. I'll figure it out. But for now, he reaches for me, but I duck out of the way of his hand. I have to do this now, while the address is still fresh in my head. I just remembered there is something I need to do. But Princess, I will see you tomorrow. I pause at the doorway to glance at Rumpel. See you tomorrow, Princess. Sweet dreams. Good night, Rumpel. Done. I seal the envelope over the letter I had been writing since I woke up, and now to have it delivered. After I have the letter sent off with a messenger, I return to my work for that day. It starts first with Mr. Broom, then with the serving. I look for Rumpel, knowing that it is now his time off, and am surprised when I see him sitting not with other women, but with Karma. The two of them are laughing together. I guess that advice isn't too terrible. I give the best advice, darling. I'm a man of the heart. Perhaps not as much as I am, but I can give you credit when it's due. What are you two talking about? Princess. Well, hello there, Princess. Karma's mischievous smile confuses me. Even Rumpel's looks surprisingly shaken. You did not answer my question. We are talking about matters related to the heart. Of course you are. I took it upon myself to impart valuable advice to Rumpel. You are giving Rumpel advice, even though you two are always at each other's throats? Huh, even the bitterest enemies can become beloved friends. All it takes is a shared interest. I have no idea what you are talking about. But before I can say anything else, I am swept by Delora, who calls me back to work. The day goes on, and soon it is almost my break. I go to the front to see if the messenger has returned yet. Oh, Princess, there's a letter here for you. I did not expect a response. I open it up and stare down at the letter for a long time. Writing love letters to a secret lover, Princess? Rumpel appears behind me. He smiles unusually small. He looks almost hesitant to be standing there. It is not important. I stuff the letter into my pocket and continue working. For the rest of the day, I ignore Rumpel. I do not want him asking about this letter, just in case things do not go according to plan. He is obviously disheartened by my ignoring him, and his sadness only persists in making me more feel guilty. This is not something he can know about, otherwise he will try to stop me. Almost everyone has gone to their rooms, including a very saddened Rumpel. The only person remaining are Anis and myself. Earlier, Waltz came in insisting that he speak to Delora and Parvati, and so the three of them are all off talking in the other room. Curiosity gets the better of me, and soon I find myself sweeping closer to the door. I edge it open quietly with my foot so that I can see what is happening inside. I didn't think he was still alive. This is very troubling. He must have used a glamour. But the fact that I didn't realize it was him, Is that the princess I spot peeping through the door? I try to hide, but all of the eyes in the room catch me before I can do so. Do you eavesdrop on people often lucid? I had no real reason to eavesdrop on them besides my own curiosity. It's no harm done, Delora. Lucid, are you almost done with your chores? Ever since that conversation with Parvati and Delora, I have noticed that the words Parvati and I speak to each other are strained. Delora, however, is unchanged. I expect sarcasm from her now, but she does not deliver. She simply stands there still and looks at me somberly. And what are you talking about? Hiding more things from me? We're talking about the rumors that have been going around the palace. What have you heard? I have a right to know what is happening at the palace. We would tell you if we knew for certain, Princess. Walt sighs as he runs a hand through his hair. I know the timing doesn't seem right, but I really should show myself out. I have a show early morning tomorrow. He glances around at all of us. I'm going to excuse myself for the night. Good night, everyone. As he passes by me, he smiles. And to you too, princess. Once again, everyone is being secretive. Why the sour-faced princess? Are you worried about what happens to the people in the palace you cared nothing for? Delora. Okay, that was uncalled for. But really, though, there is something I've been meaning to tell you. Since you're here now, I may as well say it. I knew you for 1 year before I cursed you. I saw what your mother had done to you, and I knew I needed to undo the damage before your birthday. Why is she talking about this now? I called you cruel and wicked when really I knew that the way you were was caused by the way your mother brought you up. And when we talked about Hildur the other day, I was unfair in what I said to you. We all have to face reality, but... Delora pauses, looking surprisingly solemn. She sighs, then continues. I always knew you had some good in you. I saw it in you when you spoke to your dolls. You have a good heart. Many people enjoy flattery, princess, and a lot of them are receptive to flirting. But nothing can measure up to a genuine compliment. Delora just complimented me? Out of all people, I did not expect Delora to compliment me, not when she makes a point of always telling me the blunt truth. Thank you. There is no shock on Parfait and Delora's faces when they smile at me. I'm beginning to think you and Delora are alike. You're both stubborn and have good in you, but you hide it behind sarcasm. Hey, Lucid and I are nothing like. I feel lighter somehow. I do not know if I have forgiven Delora just yet, but her cursing me has led me to see many things I would not have seen before. I owe her nothing, but I am still happy, even if the truth hurts. Oh, what's this? My lovely little princess is in here with you two. Ah, Rumpel, you're early tonight. Surprised to see me, beautiful? Rumpel's earlier anxiety is gone. He looks at me with unbridled enthusiasm. I heard the princess thank you from a distance. The words are always most beautiful when leaving her mouth. So you were also eavesdropping. You two are very alike. Not at all. Rumpel leans toward me and smiles. My dream is to one day hear those words from you too, because you say them as gentle as the wind. If you're here to talk to Parfait about medicine, then I'm out. Lucid, you should leave too. Well then, sleep well, beautiful maidens. I quickly finish my chores and return to my room, where I lay on my bed contemplating tomorrow. I cannot believe Bria wrote back to me. Tomorrow I will meet with her, and hopefully she will agree to give me his journals. I hope this works. For Rumpel's sake,